Hi there, this is my latest LEGO model. It's called Refraction. And I'll spin it around slowly, just a bit here. This model was several different firsts for me. This is the first time I've tried something that's generally shaped kind of like a flying wing. Very wide and not so long. It's the first time I've delved into a couple of different kinds of colors that I hadn't touched before. Sand blue was new for me. I really like that color. And I did some custom parts in chrome for this one. And it also turns out to be the longest time that I've spent on a ship design for models that are in my fleet. This one, on and off, I've worked on for 6 months until I felt that it was perfect. From a design perspective, I was going for an aesthetic which was all facets. So all angles, no curves. That's what I was looking for. A little bit maybe like an F-117 stealth fighter, something like that. I also wanted a variety of cuts and spaces. So places where the shape came in converged with opens, and that the entire overall wing body felt like it was broken out and then connected through a small section here, and then cut open through the center of the back. Some interesting subcomponents from this model. So one would be the cockpit, I think. So this is a custom canopy glass. It's made from 3 parts. There's this 3-wide flag on the top, and then 2 of these tails that have been flipped around and housed in these white sections and then brought in over the top of these wedges. I think it's a really nice look. I enjoyed that. These kind of atmospheric intakes were fun. So 4 triangles, on these 2 on a plane and then cut back in the corner against it. Framed in gold and then with some mechanicals on the inside. I thought that was kind of striking. Those intakes then flow back in and around through the engines, and then we get some faceting cut down here and then into another one of these tails like I used here in the cockpit, but now in white, wrapped up around, which I thought was a good look. The wing, we're going to pull it back a bit here. The wing converges down, and we've got this section here in sand blue that's half plate gapped for some interesting texture. And then the entire wing section here the entire wing section here itself banks down. And so we get this convergence both on this axis and then also on this axis where it's cut across. But that was kind of nice. And then I used the opportunity where the wing comes back through to also do something around the color blocking and get a bit of convergence. There's more chrome gold back in here, and then some bright light orange and yellow, which I thought was kind of nice. On the front of the wing, also I played with texture with these little cut wedges. There's some yellow underneath it. I had fun stack with this shape stacked to give the angle, and then lift it up underneath those panels. It's kind of interesting. Then the engines themselves have these kind of heat sink elements up on top, and flow in and around, and then here in the back converge with the gold thrusters. The thrusters are housed in a 3-wide panel box, and then that box itself also is gapped as the engines come back and around for that. That was pretty fun. You can also see from the rear and if I tip it up, you can see from the rear the color blocking. The white looks like it's cut in underneath the dark blue. We've got some stripes and then converge with these tail fins here. Okay. So let me give it one last spin, bring it back around to the front. Okay. So let's see how refraction comes together. I'd like to show you how the cockpit comes together. This is the entirety of the cockpit section. And I'll start here just by rotating it around a little bit. Just from the various sides. From the top. Okay, and from below. So I've popped one side of this off. I'll bring it back in just a moment. You can see the pilot here in the cockpit behind the controls. The control section comes in and is canted upwards relative to the body, works its way around to the back, and then is connected in under with these hinge bricks, and then various bars and clips to hold it at just the right angle. Up above, the glass for the canopy is three sections. So this is a 3-wide flag coming down from the top. It meets up with these wedges in the front. And then on either side is a tail element in trans bright green. I took one of those off to show you what it looks like. It's here. So you can see from the inside the tail element, and then from the outside that's held in place with a variety of white elements that wrap up around the base of the tail and hold it flush. And then these cheese, which come up around the back edge, where there would have been just a tiny, tiny gap, which is not quite flush, and that's all covered with this cheese. So this is kind of perfect section. It has a ball joint here, and then a socket with the ball into a pin, which we're going to use to connect it up into the cockpit. The socket and this technical. So very delicately, I will attach this. Start with the pin. Okay, and then rotate around for the socket. Great. Okay. So with that in place, then I can rotate, pivot around each of these two sides. Each of them, again, are on two connection points, the two ball and socket joints, basically. So I'll do from this side and from this one. Oops. Oh, didn't connect this in all the way. Great. And just pop everything into place. Okay. Yeah, super satisfying fit. I was really happy with this geometry. I think it's quite fun. Back behind the canopy in dark blue, there's studs going many different directions, lots of different facets and angles, just bringing the dark blue from the main body of the ship, if you can imagine, up and around and over with a bit of texture and a bit of color here. There's some white peeking out from underneath. And then as this goes into these double convex 75-degree wedges at the back, I brought some white on the inside edge, which is going to counter where the engines are going to go in a bit. So just sort of some color blocking to finish it off. That's these 2x4 white tiles held in by clips here. And then this section, when it mounts down to the frame, it's going to connect in on a variety of studs back up in here. And then around the back, there's another clip and bar unit. And this is, once it's on the frame, this is going to come around, snap in, and hold it from below in the back, and which is also quite satisfying. It makes it quite easy to then pop it off, and this entire section can come up off the ship to work on. When it fits into the ship, it wraps just sort of perfectly around the engines, up flush against those back tails. This bit of quarter tile gold touches into those triangular frame units, and then the white wraps around the front where the wings come back out. The entire fit is, I think, quite satisfying. So that is the cockpit section. I'll show you how this rear wing component comes together. This is the one from the port side, and so it's, if you can imagine, this is the back edge of the wing. And then we have this in sand blue, these texture elements that are half plate gapped, some bit down below structural to hold that. It comes into a bit of this tail and some other angles that are going to jut up and fit around the main body of the ship. And then from the back, when I connect this into the frame later, it's going to connect in on two ball joints. So this section here, and then another one back here, which will come up underneath the wing. So it turns out this is, I think it's kind of interesting how this comes together, and there's two parts to it. So I'm going to flip to the starboard side where I popped it open. And start with the bit on the inside with these heatsink kind of elements. Okay. So you can see these are held in place by clips. And in order to get all the clips to fit, there's two sort of alternating rows down the back. I'm not sure if I can catch the light quite right. But clips every other tile on one strip, and then every other tile on the other. And mostly they're doubled up. Each of these tiles, most of them are held in place with two. So probably all of them are held at least two. Some of them are held in place with 3 clips, where it all comes together. From below, you can see just a little bit still the sort of complexity to bring that all together. I was actually fine with it. I could have hidden a few more of these gaps, but with some more tiles on top. But I was quite happy with the texture. I think it's actually fine when it all comes in from below. And pop this back around. So it's the sand blue section, and up around the top of that. Around the top of that is going to be this bit, and so this is a bunch of panels, and so 2 4 panels to get the length just right. Then there's a panel going the other direction, and so a bit of jog in direction. Another 1x4 panel, and then a dark blue panels up and around. That comes into a section where we've got another panel. Underneath that is this white tail. And then some complexity to a bunch of direction changes to get slopes to jog in and out, back in. And then this slope with studs on the side, part that I really like here in this section, with a bit of tile work and another little bracket just as a spacer to hide a bit of stuff. Okay. So I'm going to put this, this will go in on top, and it's going to connect in 2 places. So there's a bracket, 1x1 bracket here. It's going to connect in here, back into this circular plate. And then all this tile work is going to hold it from below. It'll rest on top. So we'll come in like this. It just fits right in around those plates. You can see including that panel that's been rotated out. So pretty nice angle. Cinch it up here, back, put it all together. Okay. And then you can see we get this, I think, really nice effect of this textured sand blue kind of converging in and disappearing into the white. Later, when we mount that into the ship, this entire section will also get banked, and it will cut it a second time on this side. So that is the rear wing section. Let me show you the engine. And I'll start with the rear portion of the engine. This bit of those sort of atmospheric intakes will come in just a moment. So I'll show you this section from above. Spin it around a bit. And from below. Lots of complication inside this. So pointing out a few things. The main portion of the engine in the front is 11 plates wide, and that's because when I bring in the next bit of triangular elements, it's 4 studs and then a plate, which you can see is going to get matched up with this wedge plate here in gold. That plate is through some gymnastics and is projected out and held in from the side. Comes back into these 33-degree slopes. I've got these sort of titanium ingots on the top, and then this section is sunk down and I can show from below. More gymnastics, bunch of brackets and various things going on to fill in some gaps. And it comes back with a plate with a door rail. Here in sand blue in the center. Then this section comes in and it changes width again. And so we've got basically 4 studs worth of stuff coming back, and then using the 1x1 brackets again here in bright light yellow, it's framed out to get some color and texture along the sides, and then these are all half plate gaps in between each of these slopes. There's a bunch of stuff going on inside to make that all work. Comes back to the back, then heading around to the engine. On the outward side, the side you can see, the last slope, I didn't like what was going on. I just used, I know what it was. In sand blue, you can't get 18-degree slopes like this that match up. So I had to brick build something here with these tiles, which actually turned out nice. I think I like that better than if the other part had been available. And it comes up around into a bit of dark blay and some grill work that's going to carry it up into the engine, into the main, the kind of wing section. And this is the inward portion. Here it's cut in a bit because the tails for the ship will come in and inset into some of this gap work. You won't see any of these studs. So that leads then on the top, these spoilers lead into these kind of heat sink bar elements, which are stacked up, come around to the back, and then the exhausts are I used 8 of these round circular chrome gold bits. They had a hole in the middle. Because of the way that they were chromed, they're custom parts, the interior, you could kind of see the color peeking through. So I cut some of the tubing in black and just drop that inside to finish it out. So there's a variety of stuff going on here. This is the back section. Into that is going to go this bit with the part of the intake, and maybe I can crack this open. This one will crack open. So 2 components here. Some geometry to come up and connect up underneath the engine, pivot out, and then in chrome gold, the 2x3, 2x4 tiles with some mechanical stuff kind of in the middle. And then that's going to be receptacle for this front portion. Also in chrome, it's got some various kind of fun slope work with, again, studs in many different directions to make this work. And the way this whole thing is canted, it's projected out on one of those slopes with the studs on the edge. Kind of hidden back underneath here. I don't want to break it open at the moment. Okay. So I'll put this back together. You see kind of perfect triangle. Really happy with this. And then this segment will connect in from the side back into the engine. Okay, so this plate will come in and hit this plate with this sort of plate bracket with the studs on the side. And then we can swing this in. Just so. It's flush up around this side. And then over here comes in, and you can see the plate work carry down from this wedge back down into the tile. Okay. And so later this is going to snap into the frame. 6 studs at least for the engine. And then some bits from below will come and hold this intake portion in place so it doesn't go anywhere. So that's the engine. Before we put everything into the frame, I'd like to show you what it looks like. And so here's the main frame for Refraction. And I can flip this over. Take a look at the back. Okay, so just a few things to point out about this. So, of course, the front of the wings are already mounted into the frame. And if I can catch the light right, you may be able to see this. So this is done with these swinging hinge plates. I've got 3 of them and then 2 of them up further to get just the right angle. The front of the wing itself, I don't want to disassemble all of it right now, but it's got a lot of fun stuff going on. Studs go in both directions to get the plates, get these panels to come back. This is going to hide something later for a reveal. You can see some bit of chrome here, front edge of one of those triangular intake elements. And then the studs will change direction and move in, and we'll have panels going the other way. Those have a series of these cut wedges on top, which are each of those are a half stud offset. And then if it catches the light right, there's a bit of yellow underneath that's revealed up. Okay. That then cuts into, there's a bank here, where it comes back into the ship. There's two parts. Once it comes, so the bank itself is at 18 degrees. You see there's a cheese grater here, which is up flush against that. Then the portion that comes down has one of those, I think they're 55 degrees. The slopes with the studs on the edge here. From below, I wanted one more reveal, and so there's a plate with a clip and some other work with some slopes, just to get something else that tucks back in there. You can see that. There's some fun then to make that connect in, actually, this last row of plates, and so there's a tile here that's round, and then coming out is a 2x2 cut corner tile. And the reason I did that was that tile is not actually 2 studs long. It's 4.5 plates. Which is exactly what I needed for this. It comes back into this door rail. So just the right length. I was really happy with this. And I think this idea for noting that particular tile is 4.5 plates, I got that from Blake Foster. So some fun texture just around the top. Some decals, comes back in, and then there's another portion that cuts down, also at 18 degrees. And then just smooth tiles, cuts in around the corner, just to give it a bit of finishing. The frame on the interior, it's quite strong. It's this technique I've been using with 1x2 to 2x2 brackets over and under one another, with a core through the center, and then by coming at it from both sides along the brackets, you get something which is super strong. And so when I mount this up, the cockpit's going to come in here. It's going to wrap around, clip in the back. This bit of green is where the engine's going to come in. There's some other stuff here where the bits of mechanicals inside of the intakes will come in just perfectly. And then the back portions of the wings and some inset elements, all the pieces are necessary on the top to bring that in. And from below, one more time. So the stand is going to come up and connect into these 4 studs, and snap into all of these clips. Right, super strong. Oh, I'll cinch this up. I got it open. Okay. And then these exposed studs here are all going to pick up guns and a variety of other things which hang off underneath the ship. So that's the frame. I'll go ahead and get it on the stand, and we can start assembling. Okay, so for the rest of the assembly, I'm going to move the frame onto a work stand. That's just something temporary. I threw it together. This is what I built it on top of, but you can see the various connections with the bar and then the underside of the plates, into which the display stand matches this exactly. Okay. So you're going to drop this up underneath the frame into those the 4 clips here in yellow. Will come down into the stand. Okay. Then the stand swings back up in, like so. And then to lock it, I've got these 2x2 corner plates with a bit of finishing on it. And there. And one here. Okay. So there's our work stand. We are ready to roll. I can assemble the rest of the ship. All right, with the frame on the work stand, the first thing I'm going to do is fill out the bottom of the frame. And that has a couple different kinds of guns. So here's one type. So 4 barrels, something here from the edge, a little bit of detailing. I kind of like this bit with the panels cut up in to here. Use that in just a second. And then the other type is a big one. And this is built around the 8 facets around the outside. And so it's using some Travis bricks with a couple plates between, and then rotate it around. Is able to get a nice shape to this, and it converges in with these cheese graters in the front. In the back, just a bit of other detailing that sits up underneath. And then cut into a portion which is going to will connect up and underneath the ship. So I will do that now, and just need to remember which edge is which. This should be so not too exciting. This goes up through here. And then same thing from this side. Catch all the studs there. Okay. And then from below will come these 2 guns. These are each connected in on 3 studs. So on that side. And similar over here. Okay. So that's actually completes the bottom. Now we can move in onto the top. Alright, so also begin to add a variety of things to the top of the frame. And the first will be this bit of striping reveal. So 2 of these segments, a variety of dark blue, light bright yellow, light bright orange, and some chrome gold. And it's got a stud on the side, which is going to come into one of these orange round plates. And, this one's the starboard side. So connect this in and then swing it back up underneath these panels. Right, good. Another one. Okay, next, we're this way. I'm going to put some mechanicals in. They're going to be back behind those intake-looking things. The mechanicals look like this. So just a spindly bit of angles and brackets and some other things. And those will come in on these jumpers. And I think it's this stud to this stud, so I might have to change this in just a minute. So looks like this. Now a big one. I can put the engines on. I showed you how those came together with the kind of big sections earlier, and so now we can lay those in. And see. Oops. This is the wrong side. Much better. Okay, so you can see this is going to come slot in perfectly. I'm just going to swing this mechanical part out of the way slightly, and then there's 6 studs or so. They're going to hold this down from the top. Snaps in. Make sure everything looks great here. I really like this fit, and then just rotate the mechanical bit back in so it's snug. Same thing over on this side. Yes. That's great. Okay. See this from the back. Looking pretty good. Okay. Then I'm going to bring in the last bit of those gold triangles. Okay. So So that looks like these. So some wedge plates, door rails, stack of plates up here underneath, ball and socket joint, some plates, Technic brick, and headlight brick. Okay. And again, I need to pay attention to which side these go on. Oops, I want to pick this up. So this is going to come in. There's one, how to say? So on the gray plate, they're in between this, 2N and 2N is where this should connect, if I have the right side. Okay. And put that in, and then adjust the angle. It looks pretty good. Same thing over on this side. Nice. Okay, so the gold bits are all there. Now I'm going to add the tails, and I can show you one of those. So it looks like this. So some slopes coming downwards, some cheese upwards. That's because there's some stud reversal using inkwells back underneath it. Clip light to get the last little bit here, and then the whole thing is angled. So this is going to come on top of these 2 studs. Okay. Maybe difficult to see, but 2 studs, and then we'll rotate down. Same thing on this side. Just cut it underneath, rotate down. Just want to make sure this looks good. Okay. So, like so. All right, now I'm going to add the rear portion of the wings. This last little component that's actually not little, though the big component that sits behind the wings. I put that together earlier and it looks like this. I just showed a quick subassembly before. And so just rotating that around. Edges, and again, I think the highlight here is the sand blue with this half plate step back behind 2 bits of connected panels for the reveal to get this cut, and then the rest of the white here, a variety of gymnastics to make this flush up against all the various other panels and flat facets of the ship. So this always takes a bit of finesse to get in to see how it goes. I'm going to pop off this cheese slope with the decal temporarily. and then come in and attempt to try to put this back on camera, and then attempt to fit this in. Let's see how it goes. Okay. And from below, and then the first of the ball joints. Put that in. And then from behind, if I'm lucky, we'll get this connected. And I feel lucky. Okay. This 2x3 plate with a ton of ingots on it is going to cinch this in from underneath. And you need to pick it up to do that. Yes, I will. Okay, that was a very satisfying snap. Okay, good. And then I'll bring that a little bit with the decal back. Okay. And I'm going to rotate that on those two ball joints. To get to... Okay, one down. Got the other one. Again, take off the cheese with the decal. Good, good. Felt nice. And from the back. Okay. And again, pick that up from underneath to snap it in. Oh, good. That went great. Okay. Cheese goes back. So, if I pick this up from underneath, I've got two more ingots. I'm just going to use to hide these studs. If I want to take their wings back off, I will have to remove those ingots and use a brick separator to pop it. Okay, so that's the rear portion of the wings. Now should be ready to just do the cockpit. All right, now I'm going to attach the cockpit to the frame. This is almost the last step. Here's the cockpit component, a pretty major one. I showed this in a little more detail before with part of it popped off, but I believe the coolest bit of this is the glass canopy. I can just pull that open again from the side. So rotating on two ball and socket joints. So this entire section is going to fit down into the center of the ship and then latch from behind here. So let me bring it up. And it does require a bit of finesse, so we'll see how lucky we are. Oh, very lucky. Okay. Great. Fix that. Just slightly okay. And you can see the gold. You might be able to, if the light catches it properly, the gold is connecting in. Now the triangle just caps itself on this little quarter round gold tile that was on the cockpit section. And when I rotate this around to the back, and there's this bit with the clip that's going to latch down into the frame. To help do that, I just have an extra brick to put back on top. Be very satisfying. Okay. Along the top here, there's one last gap to fill, And that will be these two just little tiny builds. Jumper, bracket, projected up half circle tile. And this will, if I lift this up, this will come into these last gaps here between the engine and the top of the frame. That one's probably on this side. Okay. Felt good. Okay. And the last one. Okay. Finally, I'm going to remove these in just a moment to transfer this from the work stand to the production stand, but I have this last little finishing bit, slope and a cut tile and a wedge plate. There are two of these, and if I just lift this up just a bit, might be able to show. So this is just going to connect in on one stud each. It makes it look nice in the back. But I'll just pop these off and then pop off underneath in order to unhook this from the stand and transfer it over to the to the display finish stand. Get it off this. But first, maybe one last spin around. Okay. And so it's ready to be unhooked. Before I do that, let me just show you the display stand maybe quickly. So this is the display stand. Like most of my stands, it's adjustable, and if you can take out this axle and change the angle at which the ship is going to be canted up for display. This one's pretty fun, and crazy number of boat studs on the bottom. So I'm going to zoom out a bit, probably. So I'm going to attempt to take this off of the work stand. Okay, work stand removed. Nice. Maybe while I've got it open, just to show again, I'm not sure if the camera's wide enough, but here's the bottom. It's quite heavy. And then the display stand that comes in. Nice. And again, latch this with these 2x2 plates, so, and then just a little bit of finishing. Okay. So that is the completed refraction.